One of the things that's really difficult about how we've been doing evangelism in the American Evangelical Church is we're trying to reach a world that doesn't exist. Let me explain. Several generations ago, society, the people outside the church, entrusted us with children. We received the majority of the children in Sunday school or clubs or VBSs, or maybe being sent to church by parents who didn't come. So children received a foundation of faith, of knowledge of God, of moral principles and truths that later on in life they could fall back to, and they would come back to church ready to do business with God, ready to get serious about dealing with their life. And so the worship service was the harvest place. All these returning adults would be ready to raise their hand, come forward, make an adult commitment to Jesus Christ. The problem is that hasn't been happening. So we need a different approach. Right now, churches are expecting people outside the church to magically bridge the gap from their faraway secular life and all of a sudden show up at the doorstep of the church. The problem is they're not coming. So we're going to have to do something in America that believers in the Third World or believers in the New Testament had to do, which is going to them, to be with them in a unique Christ-like way, to show them the reality of Christ, that beautiful distinctive difference between the lost pagan life of despair and drowning their sorrows and addiction and idolatry and all that goes with that, with the beauty of the peace of Christ and the joy of Christ and the freedom of Christ and the love that Christ gives us beyond ourselves for other people as well as for God. When we have that beautiful difference and then we listen to people, draw them out, love them, meet their needs, show them on the day of trouble that we're the friend they can turn to, that we're the one who actually cares enough to get to know their life story, we're the ones then who will get to tell our story of how God has helped us and graced us as unworthy people who are like them, and yet we found mercy, and they can too. That's the New-Old Way of winning pre-believers to Jesus Christ, and it's going to require deploying the supermajority of introverts to be in the gospel where they already are, so they can plant those seeds and get fellow adults ready to make a decision.